All right, here we go. For these notes, I don't have anything that you need to print out. You just have to copy them in your notebooks, copy them down. The notes for this. This is worksheet D. Angles, right? We're still drawing and learning different parts and properties of angles. This section on angles, this assignment is going to deal with coterminal angles. Coterminal angles. Okay. Oh, and these are the notes. Okay, we're going to talk about this prefix, the prefix to this word, C-O. The prefix, right? These two letters that are in front of this, in front of certain words that make it mean something. The prefix C-O, co. All right, there's some words that use this prefix. There's some that have it, it doesn't apply, but a couple of them here that I'm going to give you an example for, you'll understand. They're pretty common. Like the word, an example would be the word cooperate. Another example would be what? Coexist. Coexist, cooperate, coexist. Another example would be something like co-pilot. How about that? All right, what does cooperate mean? That means operate together, right? You're going to cooperate with somebody, cooperate, operate, or function together, right? Operate together. Coexist, right? Certain animals in certain habitats, they can coexist, they can live together, right? They can exist and live and be amongst each other, right? So exist together, right? Coexist. So you're kind of getting an idea what this prefix co-pilot, right? There's a pilot and then there's a co-pilot, right? But it means you're going to pilot the plane together, right? Or a helicopter. So pilot together, right? Work together. Okay, so just to give you a reference, something that you're familiar with, now we're going to look at this word coterminal. Right, we're talking about coterminal angles. Well, it says it in the word. And if you read it and then you understand the vocabulary, you'll understand what's happening here with what you're seeing and what the lesson is today. Coterminal. Let's just talk about this word, coterminal. Coterminal is obviously has the co part in front, and then terminal. We've talked about this word terminal also. There's also another word here, right? Terminal. Co, I know, is like together, or like we were just looking up here. But we got to go back and remember what this word, what's the root word of the word terminal? Terminal comes from the word terminate. Remember we had when you're drawing angles, you have an initial side, or where it initiates or where it starts. And then the other side, where the angle stops, that's called the terminal side, right? Where it terminates, where it ends, or where it stops, or where it rests, right? Where the angle ends or stops or it rests. The coterminal side. So coterminal angles, right? Because we're talking about not one angle. Coterminal angles, it's plural. Coterminal angles, it has to be more than one. It's not a coterminal angle, it's not one. Coterminal angles is plural. There has to be two of them. Coterminal angles, by definition, are two or more angles. Two or more angles. Two or more angles. And again, what does the word terminal mean? To stop or to end or to rest. Coterminal angles are two or more angles that what? Have the exact same terminal side. They're not the same angle, right? They're not the same angle, not necessarily, they're not the same angle, but where they stop in the quadrant, exactly where they end and where they stop and where they rest, it's in the exact same place. So you have to have two or more angles so that we can see if they share that same terminal side. Two or more angles that have the exact same terminal side. They all have the same, all the angles have the same initial side. They start in the same place, but they don't end in the same place. But when you're talking about coterminal angles, they do. Okay, so let's look at some examples. Okay, so we'll start with example number 1. All right, what if I have, go ahead and just get your quick XY axis. Well, we know all angles start here, right? Angles drawn in standard position, as we've learned already. They start here, and this is like, there's no angle yet, right? I haven't, once I start opening it up, right, to a positive angle or a negative angle, then I start getting degrees. But if it just starts there and nothing's been opened, there's no angle yet. But if that's one side of the angle, well, that's 0 degrees, right? That's 0 degrees. And if I go all the way around, right, 0 degrees is nothing, there's no angle yet. But if I open this up and I go around and I go around all the way around, don't I come back to the same place? And we've seen that. Isn't that same terminal side also what? 360? If I go all the way around and I come back to that exact same place, see 0 and what? And 360, they have the same terminal side. It's stopping here. We're back at the start. We're back at the same place where we started. So because of the fact that they share the same terminal side, the exact same terminal side, and then you can go again, you can go another rotation, or as a matter of fact, you could even go the other way and go negative 360, right? Even if I go the other way, negative 360, and I stop here, they all share the same terminal side. All right, remember we said 2 or more. But for now, we're just going to say 0 and what? And 360 degrees are what? Coterminal angles. Right? That's what coterminal angles is. You got to look at the terminal side, the side where it rests and where it stops, and it has to be the same as another different given angle. All right, let's check another one. What if I give you, or what if we look at, let's draw, go ahead and quickly draw a XY axis here, Y, X. Okay. Again, I'm going to start here. Remember, all angles drawn in standard position, they start here, right? But what if I look at 90 degrees? Where's a 90-degree angle? Well, I know 90 degrees starts here and goes what? Well, right there. That's a corner, right? That's 90 degrees is this whole space right here. That's 90 degrees. This is the initial side, this is the terminal side, this is 90 degrees. But what would be another angle coterminal to it? Well, if I go 90 degrees, what do I have to do to go get back there again? Well, if I'm considering another angle, I would have to, again, start here and go all the way around to 360. I would have to go to 360 plus what? Plus 90 more? 360 plus 90 more to get back to this same terminal side, right? I wanted to stop right here in the same place. Well, that would be 360 plus what? 360 is up to here plus what? Plus another 90? That's what? That's 450. 90 degrees is just this little corner, or just like a quarter of a turn. And what? And 450. Right? 360 plus 90 is 450. These two angles have the same terminal side. But here you only opened up about 90 degrees, right? Or let's say you open the door 90 degrees, or like a spinner. You do a spinner, it only spin like this much, like boop. That's only 90 degrees. But it stopped here. And if it did 450, I went, and then I happen to stop here in the same place. See that? They are coterminal. That's coterminal. So 90 degrees and 450 share a same terminal side. All right, a few more examples. All right, let's look at, how about some negative angles? How about a negative angle? All right, another XY axis. What if again, we start here. Here's my initial side. This is one side of the angle. We always start, always the initial side is there. What if I go negative 180 degrees? What if I start with negative 180 degrees? That's a 90 with another 90. The angle is actually like looks like a straight, it's called a straight angle, right? Because it's a straight line. What if I go negative, right? Negative is when you start clockwise, right? Negative angles start from here and go clockwise. Positive angles counterclockwise. If I draw a negative 180 degrees, this is the terminal side right here. What if I want to find another one? What if I want to find a positive angle that is coterminal with this negative angle? That's possible too. They can be both positive, they can be both negative, or one positive or one negative. Again, there's infinite number of, as a matter of fact, there's infinite number of angles that I can name or whatever that'll rest here at negative 180. But anyways, let me finish this problem. What would I have to do to get here? If I'm drawing a positive angle, is I have to just go the same thing, but positive, right? Wouldn't I have to go positive 180? Positive 180 stops here. Negative 180 also stops or rests or lies here, right? So we can say that 180 degrees, negative 180 degrees, and what? And positive 180 degrees are what? Are coterminal angles. Okay, so again, if they happen to lie in if the terminal sides happen to be at the same exact place, those are coterminal angles. All right, last example. Let's look at another one that has one positive and one negative. Last example for the beginning piece here for you to understand coterminal, what that means. What if I start with negative 40 degrees? Where is negative 40 degrees? Well, again, angles are drawn in standard position. Start here. Negative, I go this way. Negative 40 is about almost halfway. Negative 40 degrees. This is negative 40 degrees. Or this from here to here. This is negative 40 degrees, right? That's the angle for a negative 40 degree angle. Okay? I can go around this way and find another, or many, as long as I keep going around and adding what, 360 like this, I can find, but let's find the positive. What would be the positive coterminal angle? Well, well, I just have to stop here. So if I'm going positive, well, then I have to start here and go what? 90 plus 90, right? I went here, went to 90. So it's got to be more than 90. It's got to be 180. It's got to be what? 270. 90 plus another 90 plus another 90. That's 270. 270 plus how much more? Remember, I've always told you to get these two angles. If this is negative 40 or if this is 40 degrees, right? 40 degrees. That makes this little piece 50 degrees. Actually, I shouldn't put a negative here. I went 40 degrees, but since I went clockwise, it's a negative angle. But what would be the positive angle that would also share the same terminal exact location? They're coterminal. The terminal side where it terminates where it ends. Well, that would be 90, 180. That would be 270 plus how much? 270 plus this 50 degree more. 270 plus 350, 50 is 320. So this angle of what? 320 degrees, negative 40 and what? And 320 degrees are coterminal, right? It says it in the word, coterminal. Terminal terminates where it ends. These two angles are coterminal angles because they stop and rest at the same exact place. All right, that's coterminal angles, and see the video 2 for some examples. Okay, video 2, the next video.